Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. Today we're going to review the independent practice for lesson 13, slope and y-intercept from an equation and graphing it. So let's get started. If you didn't already do the independent practice, you better stop the video and try the problems, because you're never going to learn math if you don't practice math. All right, so let's start with the equation of a line. So what is the equation of a line? Well, standard form of an equation, actually the slope-intercept form of an equation, is y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx, and I like to write plus or minus b. It's supposed to be plus b, but sometimes you're subtracting b, so I'm going to write it like that. Now, the way I remember it is the y-intercept is at the back of the equation. You know, b for the back of the equation. The slope, the m, like a mountain slope, is in the middle of the equation. That makes it easier for me to remember. Slope m in the middle, y-intercept b in the back. So, looking at this equation, I need a slope and a y-intercept. So here in the middle is the slope, m equals 2. Now that's a positive number, so this is going to be a positive slope. And I'm going to write it as a fraction over 1. Why? Because in order to graph, I need a rise and a run. So I'm going to rise 2, run 1. There's my slope m. Now, at the back is the b. Look at this. It has a negative in front of it. So my b equals negative 10. Now, I like to highlight my y-axis in yellow, because in my head, y-axis begins with y, yellow begins with y. So I see it a little clearer in my head when I make it yellow. So let me move it to the middle and make it a little bigger so you can see what we're working on here. Now you begin at the b from the back of the equation. Lots of b's in there. And this is beginning at negative 10. So starting from the middle, negative 10. Am I going to go up or down? Negative is down. So I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, negative 10. And I'm going to put my first dot there. That's my y-intercept at b equals negative 10. Now I'm going to use my rise and my run. From this place, I start at the y-intercept. And because it's the beginning, rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Up and over. Rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Look, I am going to go all the way across my entire grid, rising and running. Why do I do that? Why do I do the grid? Because I know when I draw the line, every single one of these points on this line is a solution to the equation. So I want to have them all there. I'm going to put an arrow on the top and an arrow on the bottom, because equations need arrows. And then I'm going to come back up and I'm going to look. This is the equation. In order to get full credit for this graph, I have to write that equation on this line. So y equals 2x minus 10. And that's all you have to do. Let's do the next one. Now I'm looking at the y equals mx plus b to help me. M is in the middle, so I know that that negative 3 is the m. M equals negative 3. And I'm going to put it over 1. So I know that I'm going to rise 3, but because it's negative, and I'm going to make that negative sign nice and big. It's negative. I'm going to run left. because negative goes left. So now where do I start? Oh, at the back. The b equals 8. So I'm going to go to positive 8, and then I'm going to rise 3 and go left 1. So highlight the whole y line. Why? Because it's yellow. Yay, yellow. No, because it's the y-intercept, and the y line tells me where to start. I begin with this positive 8. So here's 0, and positive 8 counts up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's my first dot. And from there, I'm gonna rise 3, 1, 2. Oh, bother. I can't rise 3. What can I possibly do? I know what I can do. I can do the reverse. I can drop 3 instead of rise 3, and then I can go right 1. So the opposite of rise is drop, and the opposite of run left is run right. So I'm going to use the reverse, to get my points. Drop 3, 1, 2, 3, run right. Drop 3, 1, 2, 3, right. Drop 3, run right. Now I'm going to put points all the way across my grid, following this. Drop 3, run right. Drop 3, run right. Drop 3, run right. Remember, you're always going to check it to make sure you did it right. So from the bottom, rise 1, 2, 3, run left 1. Rise 1, 2, 3, run left 1. Rise 3, left 1. Rise 3, left 1. Rise 3, left 1. Rise 3, left 1. Ha! I got all my points there. So that helps a little bit. Sometimes you have to go in reverse. That's fine. And now, of course, I've lost my ruler. Oh, darned. What did I do? I borrowed this nice paper ruler. Now, you line, it's easier with the clear plastic ruler, but you can do the same thing here. First, make sure you're lining it up so all your points are along the edge. See how far apart my fingers are? I'm holding my fingers far apart because I don't want my ruler to move, because I'm going to actually put my pen up against the edge of the ruler, and I'm going to go through all those points. See? Arrow on both sides. And now I'm going to write my equation on my line. Y equals negative 3x plus 8. That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, let's do the next one. Oh, the next one. 'Tis evil, I say. No, it's not. This is y equals, and because there's one x there all by itself, I'm going to write 1 next to the x. And I just realized I wrote that in pink, and I wanted to write it in blue because it's the slope. Here we go, 1x, and this is minus 5. So my y-intercept is going to be negative. So my slope, m, in the middle is 1 over 1. So I'm going to rise 1 and run 1. And I'm going to begin at the back with the b equals negative 5. So begin at the back with b equals negative 5, and then use the slope, rise over run from the middle. All right. Grab that highlighter and highlight my line, and it's going to be beautiful. Here's my y. Highlight that. And b equals negative 5. That means from here, negative goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I put my y-intercept right there at negative 5. And now, rise over run. I'm going to rise 1, run 1. rise 1, run 1, rise 1, run 1. And I'm going to put dots all along the diagonal, rise 1, run 1, going up and to the right. Now, I wanted to show you a little trick. Sometimes I'll put my ruler against the points, and then making sure I can see them, I'm going to put the dots going the other way. But now that the ruler is there, it's helping me put the dots in the right spot. So now I have extra dots. But I want to make sure all my points are on a line. If you ever graph points, and you know it's a linear equation because it's y equals mx plus b, but if you ever graph points and it doesn't look like a straight line, that means you probably graphed one of the points wrong. Just telling you, you got to check these things. Make sure you write the equation on line, make sure you have arrows, everything's nice and neat. We're good. The last one, love it. Oh, bah humbug, maybe I don't love this one. So I'm going to rewrite that also. Y equals, and look at this, negative 1x plus 6. All right. Negative 1, that's a negative slope. So I'm going to have m equals negative 1 over 1. That means I'm going to rise 1, and I'm going to go left 1. When the slope is negative, you go to the left. And now I start at 6. Begin at the back with b equals 6. Okay. Highlight your y-intercept, and I'm going to count up from the center along the yellow line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get my y-intercept. Make sure you're on the y line. And now rise 1, left 1, rise 1, left 1, rise 1, left 1, rise 1, left 1. This is a negative slope. You can already see it's going down. But again, I am going to put my ruler along all these points, and I am just going to follow it down, putting some extra points on there. Down 1, right 1. So there's my reverse. Now all my points are in a nice straight line. I'm going to hold my ruler so I can see all those points, because I want my line to connect all of those dots. Arrow on each one, and then y equals negative x plus 6. Okay, and that's enough graphing for now. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.